Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another installment of the Pucking Around podcast, episode 87 of PAP. We got a good one for you guys tonight. We're going to be going over a couple things, starting off with the Tom Wilson hit. He made it on a quote-unquote controversial hit. Was it clean? Was it dirty? We're going to give our opinions on it and go through it. And as a whole, Brad Marchand makes his return to Boston. What's our opinion on that? How do you think he'll be received, as well as maybe some other comps that we've seen of big guys returning to their selective teams and the way they were treated? And then finally, we'll go over a couple teams who we think has kind of impressed through 2 weeks, who is disappointed, and who will they continue on those types of trajectories. My name is Alex, and with me are two of my gracious co-hosts, starting with the man to my top left. You know him, you'll love him, from the Talking Heads show. Sorry, I point left on this. My show's right to the left right now. But the man from the Talking Heads podcast, you know him, you not love him, Mr. Rick Seligman. Rick, how you doing there? Flags.
Who said I was gracious? I might not be gracious.
Well, you're kind of a dick, but I'm just trying to be nice.
That describes me pretty good.
You're a dick, but you're the guy.
I'm gracious dick.
Bust his balls.
I'm a gracious dick.
Gracious dick.
There you go.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. All right.
And then introducing my flyer gonna flyer a co-host.
You introduced him already.
No, I introduced you. I haven't introduced Eric yet.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. Go ahead.
You had a moment there, Rick. That's what happened.
Senior moment happens.
And then the man above me, my flyer gonna flyer a co-host. You know him, you love him, Mr. Eric Martino.
Hey, what's up, boys? What a good day to talk hockey. Let's go. Let's get this done.
Get it over with and done.
Yeah. Go to bed.
Jeez, Rick, you're making it seem like it's a chore to be here tonight, huh?
It is. Well, you guys know it is. I know I'm really being to be mean, but not joking.
Oh, wow. You just miss Cam, don't you? Because he keeps you in line, and, he makes sure you don't break any rules.
Did Cam tell you about us? Because it sounds like, oh, shit.
I knew it. I knew there was a little backstage fling going on between the two of you.
I don't know why I said anything.
The verdict has been found and the secret has been popped. There is a backstage verdict between Rick and Cam.
It's long distance, though.
Oh, you may write each other love notes via carrier pigeon.
It's long distance. It's not love notes. They're hate notes. All right, let's get on with this before this gets more ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous.
It's getting off the rails. Speaking of going off the rails, another member of the Going Off the Rails group, Mr. Tom Wilson, probably its most famous getting off the rails beneficiary. Well, he found himself on the spotlight again for quote-unquote all the wrong reasons. In the game between the Washington Capitals and the Vancouver Canucks in the first period, Tom Wilson laid a quote-unquote controversial hit on Vancouver Canucks Philip Chytil.
Philip Chytil.
Chytil, but it's spelled Chytl, I think. But it's Chytil.
Spelled weird.
Philip Chytil. Another name you can add to the botch list from me. What's unfortunate about this is he took a shot in the open ice. It was kind of a bang-bang play, but what's really unfortunate about this is Chytil has a little bit of concussion history, and he went on at least short-term IR because of this. So we're going to play this hit, and we're going to go over whether we think it was clean or dirty, and then you in the comments section give us your opinion if you think the Wilson hit on Chytil was clean or dirty. So with that being said, let's take a look at this hit.
All righty. I'll play a little bit of it. Not all of it, but you'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
Just about to happen. Boom. There.
Oh. You know what, Rick? Play that again, but a little bit further back, just so we can see the whole play kind of construct a little bit.
Okay, it's hard to figure out where I am here.
Go from like the 20-second mark. That should be good. All right, so he grabs the puck, gets a pass, quick pass, bang, bang.
So the talk that it was a late hit. I don't buy that from that. That he got rid of the puck and then was hit.
Mm-hmm.
How are they calling that a late hit? I don't buy that.
The thing with that play, so we were actually talking about this a little bit in our group chat this morning, whether if it was dirty or not. And Cam actually was on the side of he thought it was a dirty hit. I'm with you, Rick. When I see this hit, the hit itself is clean. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Wilson goes shoulder to chest. It was a bang play. The hit itself is clean. Do people want to potentially argue that it was quote unquote late per se? Maybe, but it was, I feel like him releasing the puck, leading it to the point of contact, was a second at the most, probably a little less, maybe 3/4 of a second. Yeah. And in that little time frame, you've already made your mind up of what type of play you're going to do there. It's not like you're going to instantly put on the brakes. If he does that, he probably loses his footing, slams into Chytil's legs, and he's going to do a flip. So
no, I don't agree with that because he kind of glided into him.
Well, he glided into him, yes.
Yeah, probably could have thought
that could have been a lot worse.
Like, my point being, yes, Wilson's definitely done much worse than that. But my point being, if he tried stopping himself in that small of a time frame, you're likely just going to have to throw yourself to the ground to avoid it. And because, like I said, there's only about 3/4 of a time frame between him releasing the puck and Wilson making contact with the body.
Okay, so everybody, just keep your eye on that. When he releases the puck, to how long, you'll see it stop. We'll play one more time. All right, so here it comes. He's going to get the puck now. He releases the puck and bang. That's a second. That's a second. And I thought I thought 2 seconds is okay.
Yeah, that wasn't even a second. That was like maybe 3/4.
Okay, but a second. It was no more than that. Was a second.
No, it wasn't more than a second.
And my understanding is you have 2 seconds. After that, it could be considered like that's not 2 seconds.
The argument here is simply this: Tom Wilson is finishing his hit, and it's too quick of a reaction to really call it dirty. Yeah. Now, if Tom Wilson is making quote unquote strides to him, and it might be a little bit longer of a time frame, you have a stronger argument there. Yeah. But as you mentioned, Rick, he was simply gliding. And he went shoulder first into the chest. We can pick Pyle Wilson all we want for his history of dirty hits.
Yeah, I don't like
Wilson. Believe this is one of them.
Yeah, and I don't like Tom Wilson. I hate Tom Wilson. But and Alex and I saw it at different times. We didn't watch it together. But my reaction when I first saw it was exactly what you said in the chat when we were talking about it earlier. It's exactly my feeling. That's not a dirty hit. That's not a head hit. He did go to the chest first. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. As much as I wanted to. It's Tom Wilson. I wanted to see the dirty hit, and I don't see a dirty hit here.
Rick, I'm proud of you for not being biased here on him and being
got to call it for how it is. That's how it is.
Exactly.
What about you, Eric? What'd you think of the hit?
Honestly, look, I have no issue. I have no issue with the hit. Like, it's clean. Like, there was no head contact made. He got him square in the chest. It wasn't late. If you want to argue late, like we're splitting hairs here. Like, but like Rick said too, like a lot of refs will give you that 2 to 3 second leeway. Like, and that was we said, we did it live. Like, you can barely count to 1 before he gets hit.
Yeah.
So no, like, look, I can't argue that the hit was late. I can't argue that the hit was dirty because he catches them clean in the chest.
That's pretty clear too. He got him in the chest, and then he went forward, and that's, if anything, that's when he hit his head, if anything, on the shoulder.
Rick, do you have for those watching on YouTube, unfortunately the Spotify and other podcast groups won't be able to see this, but Rick, do you have the photo pulled up of the exact contact made? Can you show that to our YouTube fam real quick?
Okay, let's see. What do I have here? I got 2. I don't know.
So that you look worse than
that. I think is no. I think he's coming off. So that one, it looks like he hit him with his shoulder in the head.
Yeah,
it does. And this one, he's sliding off of him and about to be flung. right? So I don't have anything pre that. This one, he's being flung away.
Yeah.
So I don't
and
have
you
it.
know what's another thing to point out about this? He didn't leave his feet. And that's something that they always point out about those type of dirty hits.
His feet
You
are
can
on
see
the ice.
right here, point of contact. Both skates are still on the ice.
Yeah.
Shoulder caught a little bit of the chin, but the primary point of contact was the chest. And I had someone bring up to me on social media, you weren't acting like that with the Ryan Poehling hit last year against the Isles. That was completely different. Poehling got clipped in the chin from the side, his blind side, and it was a much longer time frame. This was bang, shoulder to chest.
Yeah.
Not much you can do, especially in that time frame.
I think not even shoulder. He hit him like this part of into the chest,
like tricep.
He got him,
and he hit him
to the shoulder to the chest,
and he hit him really hard.
As he's getting hit, Chytil's face goes front.
He collapses. The body, both ends collapse into him, so it looks like he hit him in the head, but he didn't.
Yeah,
so there's no way that's point of contact. And I watched it over and over and over. Point of contact was arm like here into the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, it really sucks because it's Filipino. Because honestly, like if it was almost any other player on Vancouver, maybe it wouldn't even be as big a deal. It's just like this is what like now his 5th concussion or something, 5th or 6th. I don't know. Like this poor kid, man. Like
here's a question on something I heard them say, like about the hit that he did that, and it was on Chytil and with the 5 concussions. Like, does Tom Wilson know that for sure? Do we know that he knows that? And is he thinking that as he sees the guy open ice to make the hit? Is he in his mind? Does it go, oh, but he's got 5 concussions? He can't. You can't do that. You can't.
It's too bang bang. Yeah,
it's too bang bang. There's no way you can do that. So I thought it was a ridiculous comment to say. The way it was put, I don't remember the exact way, but it was not put like you said. It's too bad because he had to. Like Wilson knew this and shouldn't have hit him because of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
No, you can if you're on the ice, it's fair game. You know what you're starting up for, and it's unfortunate this guy has already had this much concussion history. It's a shame,
but he's still out there.
You're on the ice, it's fair game. You're not trying to intentionally injure someone. Well, Wilson has before, but that's besides the point.
But he wasn't here.
But not in this instance.
Unclean.
And he didn't do it here. It didn't look to me like an intent to. The guy, he wasn't. His head was down. It said, keep your head up. I know it's kind of cheap to say that, but that's what happened here. His head was down and looking the other way. He didn't see Wilson coming at all. But that doesn't mean you can't be hit. Simple as that.
So it's just a shame. Honestly, it's just a shame that happened. It had to happen to him. But what are you gonna do? That's hockey.
That's hockey. Unfortunately, for some people, that's hockey.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I give Wilson a pass on this one.
Yeah.
I think the NHL got it right, not going any further punishment outside the interference call that he got in the game. Was that the
no call, no penalty?
Oh, they took it away.
No penalty.
I heard they were reviewing for a major.
They were reviewing for a major, but you can also take the penalty completely away, and that's what they did. It was a clean hit. It was a clean hit. It was the right call.
Honestly, I was fine with that too. Like that was at worst a 2-minute minor, in my opinion, and that's at worst.
Not even.
But
it wasn't because it was a clean hit.
Yeah, I'm just saying if they're going to do that type of thing, like if they're going to call anything, that's at worst case scenario. I agree with you. I don't even think it should have been penalized. I'm glad that the player's safety looked at that and said, "Yeah, he's good here. He's done much worse than this type of bullshit. That's for sure."
Again, but it's not about that. It's just was it clean and was it early or late?
No, I know. I'm just saying
that's what it was all about.
In retrospect, that wasn't a dirty hit.
Oh yeah, for Wilson, that's nothing. Yeah. Listen, if Wilson
history is a reason to make it a bad call.
If Wilson's whole career were hits like that, we wouldn't hate him.
No, we would not.
We'd be praising him as a great hockey player because he's a good hockey player, and the knock is the dirty shit.
And he's got a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it in his history. All right, that's enough about Tom Wilson.
All right. let's move on to our next topic. Brad Marchand. He made his triumphant return tonight to the TD Garden in Boston. And, as we're recording this now, that game's in progress, and they had a little mini celebration for him after the first TV timeout. And what was cool about it, at least the ESPN feed did this. They didn't go to commercial. They showed the whole thing with him and the whole tribute with him, and he couldn't hold back the tears. He was crying. And moments like that are awesome to see, not just in hockey, but in sports in general. When you have a long tenured athlete who means so much to the city and team come back. And I know we here have our opinions on Brad Marchand, the hockey player. Fantastic hockey player, but people always question some of the crap he does. He used to have a bit of a history with the deep Department of Player Safety. Not as much anymore as he's gotten older, but he still does have that rat mentality.
His first 6 years or something, 7 years, he was a little nutty, and he's calmed down.
He's definitely
since.
Cleaned up his act for
sure.
Yeah. Now it's more just aggravating players on the ice. AKA
licking their faces, that's kind of aggravating.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
But what's your take on Marchand's return to Boston tonight? I'll start with you, Rick, and maybe if there's any comps that come to mind of what he's meant versus other organizations.
Why me? I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Not
my
as
team.
A Montreal fan,
I have a new respect for him from last playoffs. Yes. But I don't have a new respect for the Bruins. So in the end, I don't really care, but I can relate it to when Guy Lafleur first came back as a member of the Rangers, I want to say. He first went to the Rangers, then the Nordiques. Because I think if he came back first as a Nordique, that would have blown our minds. But yeah, so I can relate it to that, how odd it was. He scored a goal, and the form, I think it was the form back then, went nuts. So, there's a lot like that. We love the guy. It doesn't matter what uniform he's wearing, So, and that's how they feel about Marchand in Boston. So, good on the fans for, showing their love. Mm-hmm. And not at all surprised Marchand cried. He looks
honestly
like an emotional guy.
What about you, Eric? What'd you think?
No, look, it was nice. It's always nice when especially a legend, a franchise legend comes back for the first time. And, it sucked because I really didn't think he wanted to leave, but look, we see what we see what's going on in Boston, and they're on the down, they're trending down, and they didn't want to give him the contract that he wanted. So look, he had no choice. He left. And look, good for him because he ended up winning a cup. So ended up working out for Marchand.
Listen, you know what? He went to a new place and he found a new home there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice fit in Florida. Good up and coming. They're an established team now. They got 2 cups, and that's it. He found himself a home there. And bring some good veteran leadership to that Florida organization. And look, they honored him the right way. They did a nice video. The fans were happy. The fans were cheering. I didn't expect anybody to boo, but you never know.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. But sometimes you never know. Catch 1 or 2 idiots. But at the end of the day,
if he left because he wanted out, and
exactly.
Maybe, but the way he left, I doubt the fans were going to
exactly the way he left. The fans knew. The fans understood.
Yeah.
So no, it was just nice to see. He got very emotional, and obviously it's an emotional night for him. He spent 14 years. I want to say 14 years there. I don't even remember.
No, I think he debuted in 2010
I want to say 09.
So
I think that sounds right. That sounds.
I'll do a quick Google search on that.
Because I know he was there in the Cup in 11, but it wasn't his rookie season. Might have been his sophomore season, but I know it definitely wasn't his rookie season. So anyway,
16.
16. Okay, I don't know why I had 16 in my head, but then I said 14. But anyway, regardless. But yeah, no, look, it was nice. It's always nice when someone like that comes back, and they did a good job. They saluted him. They played up the videos that they always do, and yeah, it was nice.
You know, when it comes to Marchand, like I've kind of grown more of a respect for him as the years have gone on. Like Brad's been always a pain in the ass to play against, but he's a little shit, but he's the type of player you love to have on your team because he always knows how to get into the opposition's skin and make them play worse. But not only that, he'll go out to play, put his heart on, play for his heart on the logo, not for what's on the back. He always plays his hardest for whatever team he's on now, whether it was the Bruins back in the day or the Florida Panthers now, when they inevitably will suck in 5 years. But that's besides the point. But the thing with Marchand, his return, what was cool about it is just he started choking up. And that just shows you how much a player like that meant to an organization like that. And, you know, Rick related LaFleur. I relate when Claude Giroux first came back here from Ottawa. Like, that was heart-wrenching for me, like that. And
Of course, Giroux.
you know how much I loved him as a Flyer. And
Oh my
when
G.
he first came back, I was so happy for him. Not that I obviously wasn't at the game, but I'm in front of my tee just giving him a round of applause. But it just made me look back at like how much the fucking organization failed him at the time, just not putting a cup team around him and wasting a prime career of a borderline Hall of Fame talent like Giroux. In my opinion, a Hall of Fame talent, but some people still don't believe he is. But that's besides the
Did you
point.
put a condom on first? I want to make sure.
Will you shut up? But point being, any type I'm a star comes back to an organization that they've been at for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like, barring them leaving in an intrusive way, kind of like what happened with Marner in Toronto, where he kind of forced his way out. You know, he's going to get a ton of new one when he leaves, or Tavares when he left the Isles.
Yeah, that they're not going to be that kind to him when he comes back.
Those are the ones you look at like, you're not going to get that celebration. You're going to get a bunch of middle fingers, people booing you, calling you every name in the book, telling you they hate you and that you will always be hated here and the whole 9 yards. Marchand isn't like that. He handled himself the right way till the day he left Boston. He went to a contender, I know a rival of the Bruins, but they did him right, giving him that opportunity to compete and inevitably finally win that second Stanley Cup that he had been chasing since 2011. So it was a cool moment. And I always find it cool when stars like that, just as a collective whole, come back to organizations they have not been at for so long. But yeah, anything else you guys want to add on Marchand?
No, just
Enough.
happy he got his second cup and the return went well. That's it.
And I'll just say, go Panthers, go.
Go
right
Panthers,
tonight. Go Panthers, go. Beat them Bruins.
Right.
No Bruins, no.
No Bruins, no.
Huh? Bruins hashtag is or chant is let's go Bruins.
Before we go off the Marchand thing, do you want to talk about him destroying the helmet?
Oh yeah, that was funny. What did you guys think of that? Since we're on the topic of Marchand.
I loved it. I loved it. It was hilarious.
I honestly didn't see it, so I can't really comment. I only heard about it, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see it live, but it was quite humorous. Him and Darlene got into it. I guess Darlene was doing something that was getting under his skin. I didn't read exactly what it was.
He cross-checked him in the back.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I guess that'll do it. So he cross-checked him in the back, maybe one time too many, sent Marchand over the edge, and he ripped his helmet away from it and just absolutely destroyed it.
No, it's not exactly what happened. No, didn't it? Somehow he got the helmet. There was a scuffle, right?
Yeah. Well, what happened was Darlene cross-checks Marchand in the back. Okay. Like Marchand's facing, Darlene comes from behind, cross-checks him right to the back. Like hard. Marchand goes down. Then Darlene skates like to the other end of the ice. Marchand cut. And then Darlene tries to hit Marchand again. Marchand actually kind of moves out of the way and actually trips Darlene. And as Darlene falls to the ice, Marchand just jumps on top of him, starts beating him. Refs come, separate everything, somehow Marchand ends up with Darlene's helmet. Somehow gets sent to the penalty box with the helmet, just rips the straps off, and just throws it back on the ice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I thought he destroyed it in the penalty box and then did that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's in the box. Yeah.
He's in the box with Darlene's helmet.
And then he like smashed it a bit and then threw it in the ice.
He's ripped the
Ripped
straps
the
off,
straps off.
and then he threw the helmet back onto the ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see the whole thing in its collective, but I read about it. And
Me too. I read about it.
If he still had the dirty rep that he had, I probably would have bothered me more. But now that he's older and doesn't have that dirty rep that he used to have, I kind of find it funny. And
I also don't mind it for this reason. He got fed up with the cross check to the back.
yeah.
They allowed too much of that.
Oh, I
And-
agree with that.
and
Play
I
stupid
don't
games,
mind-
win stupid prizes.
Yeah, I don't mind that he stood up to that and said, "Hey, fuck off! If they're not going to do anything about it, here's your fucking helmet." I like that.
Yeah, I agree. And it just comes to show you can't mess with the bets like that in this league. They're gonna let you know. No one is a bigger, guiltier party on that than Drew Doughty. He is probably one of the scariest people to piss off in the league.
Yeah, always has been.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought that was funny. That gave me a few chuckles and poor Sabres fans. They still can't have anything.
Like I said, I didn't see it yet, so I probably would get some more chuckles if I saw it. But I read about it. I thought it was, humorous. So
Yeah, I agree. All right.
What's next on our list?
So let's move on to our next topic. So we're going over some teams that have been performing and have not been performing, or surprise teams, and on both sides of the spectrum. Let's start with a team who has been playing surprisingly well. Is the Ice plan finally coming together, or is this just a mirage with the Detroit Red Wings start?
I'm going to start.
All
You
right.
ever notice how a lot of the teams that at the end of the season finish at the bottom of the league start out well? Ever notice that? A lot, not every single time, but a lot of teams have great starts to the season. You go, Buffalo, one of them. And at the end of the year, where are they? At the bottom. And that's what you're seeing. In my opinion, I think that's what you're seeing with Detroit.
They're riding it off of Talbot a bit. That's what I've noticed big time. And Talbot's not a spring chicken. He's in his late 30s. So how long is Talbot going to realistically be on a run like this? He's playing a Vezina type start, but that's not going to last.
No, it's
and this is a Detroit team that still needs their youth to carry them if they're going to have any true chance of making the playoffs. Because Cam Talbot and John Gibson, they brought him here to be the starter. And he's been rough so far. He's only played 2 games. I
think against us, and he was not good.
No. He's got to come out and prove that he can be the guy that can get 45 to 50 starts long term if Detroit's going to make the playoffs. Because, as I just stated, Talbot is not going to be doing that all year. So I agree with you right there for sure.
Well, if Talbot's the guy that you're going to end up counting, you're probably in trouble, and you're not going to get there. Like if Gibson doesn't find his game, I don't see how they're going to get to the playoffs, right? But if Gibson finds his game, it's a different story. He's probably capable of at least maybe helping them to do that, but I still don't think so. I just think it's an early season, just an early season, good start from a shitty team, and it'll catch up to them like it does with all shitty teams that have early season good starts.
I apologize. One thing, he has played 3 games, not 2.
Yeah, because he played the last 2. Gibson started the last 2 games.
And he won 2 of them, but he's only got an .873 save percentage.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because the Montreal game killed his.
He was horrible against us.
He was bad against Montreal.
Yeah.
That might be skewed a little bit, but again, as a collective whole, he's going to have to put up probably at the minimum of like a .907 save percentage. I think if Detroit is going to truly push for a playoff spot this year. Now, Detroit's younger players, or just as a collective whole so far, they've been So Larkin has been their best player. He's got 11 points in 6 games. He's come out of the gate hard. DeBrincat has, again, older player, but he's got 6 apples so far. Lucas Raymond's off to a decent start. He did miss 2 games, but he's got 5 points so far. But then a lot of the other younger group, mind you, it's still early. Andrew Kops, Maurice Sider's only got 2 points so far. Sadim Palika has only got 1 point in 6 games so far. Both defensemen, but I still understand why they signed Hamonic. That throws me off completely.
Okay, so that also goes to, and their top pairing, Sherratt is on their top pairing. I don't have anything against Sherratt,
but Sherratt's going to be a guy.
They have
so many older guys for a team that hasn't even taken the first step of making the playoffs yet.
Yeah.
Patrick Kane, James Van Riemsdyk, Sherratt, as you just mentioned.
Veteran leadership's important, but you can't have too much.
Yeah, Cam Talbot, Travis Hamonic. There's a few too many older guys on that team, I feel like, really. But they're going to need their youth to really eventually just take a step forward. Appleton's getting up there in age. I think he's close to 30. They've got to have their youth take the step. They're going to need the Lucas Raymonds of the world, the Siders of the world, the Sadim Palikas of the world to take those steps forward from a consistent basis. If Detroit is going to finally take that step of making the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs personally.
What about you, Eric? Fluky start, or is this for real? It's sustainable.
It's weird. I think a lot of this is on the back of the goaltending.
Yeah.
A couple of games I did watch Detroit playing was Cam Talbot, and he was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And so look, Dylan Larkin, like you said, 11 points in 6 games. That's almost 2 points per game. That's gonna come down.
That's not sustainable, right?
I'm sorry, that's coming down. They had that one kid that is a good story. That 7th rounder who had that one game with 4 points. There, what's his name? I'm gonna hit Emmett Finney. Yeah, he had that one game where he had 4 points.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
A 7th rounder getting 4 points in a game. That's probably more than they'd expect him to get for his career.
But look, before the season when we did our preview, especially on Detroit, I said if Detroit wants to have any shot at making the playoffs, some of their young players have to start stepping up and start actually developing, producing, do something, And look, as far as I've heard, you mentioned Sandin Pelika, he only has 1 point on the season, but everybody that everything that I've listened to, anybody that talks about Detroit is just raving about how good this kid's been playing.
Yeah.
And look, I just looked at that. He's averaging 19 minutes a game for a rookie defenseman. Granted, Detroit's fucking defense
is terrible.
It's terrible. So he's probably gonna get the minutes anyway. But just to say, at his age and to come in and actually get that many minutes, still it's impressive.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna stay first in the division? Absolutely not. At a certain point, I think they're gonna crash back down to reality. But look, they've shown me that maybe I thought this was gonna be a bottom 2 team in the division. But maybe they're showing me that maybe they might actually fight for a playoff spot this year and maybe a wild card team. Because we'll get to later with some of our disappointments. Teams like Tampa Bay and Ottawa are not starting off the season very well. Yeah. So maybe that does create an opening for Detroit, and who knows? Maybe Larkin, maybe not at 2 points per game, but he continues to be a point per game plus player. The Brinket's always been solid. Lucas Raymond has always been a guy I've always liked. And look, Marco Kasper, if he can figure it out and be their legit 2C and give them a little bit more production, maybe they do have something going there. I don't think they're there yet. I think they still need to add a few pieces, but they're showing me at least that maybe they could battle for a playoff spot this year.
Finney's in their first line right now. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, 2 games. It's I think a couple games now that he's been on the first line.
I think he's their version of what we think an Alex Bum, in all
Maybe.
honesty.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Detroit, it's their goaltending is not going to be the reason why this team makes the playoffs if they make it. It's going to have to be on the backs of their young talent. I like Lucas Raymond a lot. I think that's one of the most underrated right wingers in the game. You know, Pelika, I haven't watched enough of him. I was just honestly going off of his point breakdown, but I have heard Wings fans be happy what they've seen from him so far. But Ben Sherrod is not a first pairing defenseman.
No.
That's going to be an anchor at some point. Maurice Seider is a first pairing defenseman.
Yeah.
Very good player. Does everything you want out of a first pairing defenseman. Good in his own end. Brings a little bit of offensive outburst. Good passing. Good getting the puck out of his own end just in general. Good all around solid player. But they're going to need someone probably to step up or hope that Sherrod can hold to at least a respectable level in that first pairing. I don't know if that's going to end up being a thing, but we'll see there. Yeah, let's move on to another one of our disappointments. Eric, why don't you lead us into this? Who's a big disappointment for you?
Well, for me, what I have, my biggest disappointment would have to be Tampa Bay. I thought this was the year that they're gonna reclaim the Atlantic Division because of like all the injuries that Florida has, and where you have teams like Montreal and Ottawa that are really good, up and coming young, but maybe not ready to take the crown yet. And so I thought, like, with Kucherov, the way he's been playing the past couple of years, Vasilevsky started the season like a bit of an unknown with his health and everything. But I thought in general, like they fixed their depth, their defense is still pretty good and everything, and they're the one that wow, they are struggling. They are really struggling, and even some of their possession metrics are not good. So yeah, no, for me, they got to figure this out. And look, good veteran team. Eventually, they're gonna figure it out. I wouldn't be shocked. There's too much talent on that team. There's too much leadership on that team. 2 cups already in that room there. So they'll figure it out, but they gotta hurry up because 1-3-2, that's rough. That's rough.
That is a rough. And Vasilevsky hasn't even won a game yet this year. He's 0-2-2, a 3.5 goals against average. Save percentage is .886. It's been rough for him in net so far. This is what I thought would happen to him last year with his back issues. You mentioned he came into the season as a giant unknown, and that's what a big reason was because of his back issues.
Exactly.
And Nikita Kucherov, he's only got 3 points so far. Mind you, I know he's been a little dinged up. I think he missed a couple games. He may or may not return for the Lightning's next game, but they're going to need Cooch back too. And they're going to need him to stay healthy in order to turn this around. And as we mentioned before with the Lightning, they added Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gord last year in the trade deadline, but I still don't like their collective depth as a whole. Like, Bjorkstrand hasn't really felt like a fit there for them, has he? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he's fit there.
Yeah. I thought maybe this season he would figure it out, but I guess not.
Yeah. What about you, Rick? What's your take on the Lightning? Is this a team you think that can turn it around?
Well, I mean, they got the veterans to do it, but I had picked them to finish 4th or 5th in the division.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might have had Florida in 5th, but I said it's probably interchangeable. So yeah, no, I'm not surprised. Tampa, but again, like I've said, right, an early start, like we're early into the season. It's a veteran, like Eric said, it's a veteran team. At some point, they'll figure it out. And last season, and I think a lot of all the hype about them finishing high in the division this year. That's my text. Is based on the fact that the second half of last season, didn't they have a really good second half? They were
I
strong.
believe so.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they woke
And
up
I
in
think,
the second half of the
but
year.
that doesn't. I mean, it's an old team, played a lot of hockey over the years.
Yeah.
I think it's going to catch up to them this year. Now, I've been saying that maybe for 2 seasons, but I think this year it's going to catch up to them. So
You know, Rick, I said it last year that they were my surprise team that I thought would miss the playoffs. And a lot of that had to do with two things. As I mentioned not too long ago, Andre Vasilevsky's health and his back issues. Now, he's played 4 games, so I won't ring the bell that he's screwed yet, but he's had a bad start to the year. And they don't have the depth they used to have. And you mentioned, Rick, the mileage, and it's an older team. The combination of the wear and tear this team has had and the fact that they're one of the oldest rosters, at least with that core in the league, that's going to come back to bite you eventually. Like, their top 6 as a collective whole is still talented. Braden Point, Jake Getzel, Nikita Kucherov, Anthony Cirelli, Braden Hagel. These are all legit bona fide top 6 guys. All still either in the prime or entering the back end of the primes, maybe entering the back nines of their careers, but all still good players. But, you know, they're going to have to do a lot more heavy lifting because they don't have the luxury they had when they had their Cup teams in the beginning of the 2020s of having all that talent through 4 lines. That's the Florida Panthers now that has all of that talent through 4 lines with an elite D-core. And that's why, Florida, not to get off topic for a sec, but Florida may be dealing with that, no Barkov and Kachuk, but people still look at them as legitimate threats because of how deep they are. And Tampa just doesn't have that luxury. Now, blue line wise, I think their blue line is still pretty decent. Victor Hedman isn't going anywhere. Eric Cernak and Ryan McDonough is a really solid second pairing. Like Emil Lilleberg.
okay, but again, old.
It's older, but it's still a good.
Hedman and who's the other one?
McDonough.
McDonough.
Who?
McDonough?
McDonough. Yeah, right.
McDonough?
They're getting old. I mean, these are old guys.
No,
Yeah,
it is
Hedman's
an old
34,
team.
McDonough's 36.
Well, there you go. So
It's still good, but again, as I mentioned, it's entered. They're out of their prime. They're on hole 14 of their career. They're starting to think about when they get back to the clubhouse and have a few beers after their
14. They're making the turn at 16 already.
And maybe I didn't get them too far enough into the golf course, I guess, huh?
I don't know. Hedman seems like one of those guys like a Pronger where
Yeah, but okay, but the thing you don't
Ages
know.
like 5'1".
No, but here's the thing: with guys that age who have played the amount of hockey they have played, you don't know what year that decline's going to start.
It can happen at any point. You're right about that.
Or even just that low season on their, high and low. This could be the low one, instead of the career high, could be a career low year at that age. You never know. So when you have a team with a lot of those kind of players on it, and you're struggling like this, they may find their game, but if they fall too far behind, I don't know that they're going to be able to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely something to watch. It's going to be on the back of the top 6 and Vassy getting his shit together. And so far, he hasn't gotten his shit together.
And the aged D.
Rick, do you have a team that has no?
I'm not leaning on any of these teams. I don't want. Listen, it's 7 games into the season. I haven't seen anything but Habs hockey right now, so I can't. I can only comment on like if you guys are talking, then what I've heard and stuff. I can make comments, but to say which I don't really have an idea. So you guys lead on it. Sorry, people out there. That's just.
He said, "No, you do it. I don't wanna."
Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm goddamn old and lazy.
You do it, not me.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there bushes behind me? I can just think back into it.
So the old rust bucket known as the Pittsburgh Penguins are off to a 4-2 start. They're winning again as we record this stream 4-1. So
are they?
Yeah, it being Vancouver tonight as we speak, 4-1. So Maybe
Very
we can
simple.
pencil that in as 5-2, not officially yet, obviously, but
What I said
will
about
the Pens
Detroit.
keep this up, or will they? Or is this just a little hot start? What are you doing, Rick?
I said what I said about Detroit.
Yeah,
Apply that to Pittsburgh.
yeah. I think Pittsburgh's even more guilty of this because this team doesn't have any young talent really up right now. They might have a few pieces. I'm not 100% familiar with Pittsburgh's prospect pool and who's up and who's is Rudder McGorry up right now for them?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, what? No, he is not.
No, I don't think he is.
But I look at this Penguins team. They have Justin Brazeau, who is a Bruins borderline third, fourth liner on their second line right now, and he's off to a hot start. Is he going to keep really doing what he's doing to start the season? Evgeny Malkin looks like he's found the fountain of youth. Huh?
Yeah, no, I was going to say Malkin's on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say he's found the fountain of youth to start the year, but is Malkin going to keep doing this at his age when they know it's his last year in Pittsburgh? They've already said they're not going to resign him after this year. So he might just be a rental until trade deadline. And even if Pittsburgh's in the hunt, they're going to say, no, we're not delusional. Screw this. And that could be what sends Crosby over the edge, but we'll see. Brian Rust is another guy that I've heard in trade talks. He is having a so-so. Crosby looks great. That's nothing surprising. But he always looks great. But my biggest knock on the Pittsburgh team is their decor is a black hole. An absolute black hole. I know their Parker Wotherspoon is in their first pairing right now. But that's
also an ex-Bruin.
Also an ex-Bruin.
Jeez, the Bruins are getting around. Bruins are getting around, man.
If we told that to Cam at the beginning of this episode, he might have a stroke. A legitimate stroke on stream, and we'd have to call 911.
Stroke me, stroke me.
Oh, God, we got him singing now. But the thing with the Penguins is that I just can't see that decor holding up that long. Like, Chris Letang's washed. He's cooked. We all know that. Erik Karlsson, as much of an offensive talent he still is older and can't play a lick of defense. A bottom pair of Caleb Jones and Harrison Brunnicke just doesn't do it for me. Like, this Penguins team's rancid and old. I mean, they're off to a good start. I think Detroit has a much better chance of staying afloat than they do. Though I will say one talent, the Pittsburgh young talent that they have that is playing good, that goaltender, Arturs Silovs.
Silovs, yeah. Silovs, yeah.
He's been playing good.
Yeah.
He is good.
Vancouver should never have traded him away.
Yeah,
Vancouver's doing okay.
They're playing well this year.
Yeah, they're doing okay this year. So
both of them.
It's a matter of time before we get hurt.
Like he's rejuvenated after the awful year he had last year.
Who's that?
Tristan Jarry.
Oh, is he playing well?
He's got a 2.37 goals against average, and he was probably the most mocked goalie in all of hockey last year.
But again, like really, can he do that all year with this team? With the defense that's in front of him, right? It's not
where they are right now.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh has to do this for 2 months for me to think they're a believer, not 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and even then, I still would have my questions, but. Their goaltending, I think, is a big reason. And as you mentioned, Rick, I agree. I don't know why the hell Vancouver gave up on him so quickly. I know he had a terrible year last year in the limited amount of games that he played, but
didn't he win the Calder Trophy, the Calder Cup down in the AHL with Abbotsford?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so.
And he won MVP.
Right. So bad season. What?
Well, I mean, in the NHL.
Well, his NHL numbers weren't great last year.
Because he was.
He had an 861 save percentage.
But that's giving up on a guy just before he's ready.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. That's why I say that he's only 23. Like a goalie you're not going to know what you have in a goalie until like 26, probably.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest reason,
right?
I think the biggest reason why they also got rid of him is because I don't think he wasn't waiver eligible, and they didn't want to carry 3 goalies.
Yeah.
But again, like, why do you Right. I would have. I think I touched on this on a previous episode. I would have kept 3 goalies because you don't know about Demko,
Right.
and then
You
you
don't know
wait
about
till.
Jar either. How bad he's. Oh, I mean, you mean in Vancouver? I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying Vancouver should at least kept them until at least Christmas. You know what? I understand it's not ideal to carry 3 goalies. I get it, but at the same time, it's like Demko's health is so uncertain.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
like
he's
and
been
if
hurt
I'm
on and off the last couple of years. You're absolutely right. That's why I wanted the
exactly.
Flyers to stay away from him. He can't
And
stay
then,
healthy.
oh yeah, no, no. When I remember when I hear those Flyers rumors, I'm like, no fucking way. The funniest thing was like some people that were calling for Demko, like for the Flyers to trade him, were like, no, I don't want to trade for John Gibson because he has injury history, but I'll trade for
And
Demko.
Demko then.
A Demko.
What?
Why? Because Demko's younger. Who cares?
Well, Demko has an inoperable knee injury.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I had to bring
he
that up.
can go anytime.
It boggled my mind. I'm like, you don't
I'm
want to
sure
trade
that's
for-
great for a goalie to have as an inoperable knee injury. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just fantastic.
So like he could be great one game, he's wow, and then the next game he's freaking lame, and he's got to go on the IR for a while.
Oh,
And then
man.
they do that just so they can get out of the deal.
Yeah,
but
stupid move.
I just want to say quickly on Pittsburgh. Like, look, I think right now they probably are overachieving, and at the same time, like I'm just looking at like the teams that they beat. Like they beat the Rangers. The Rangers too have been struggling. They beat the Islanders. The Islanders are gonna be a bottom 2 team in the Metro.
Yeah,
They
we're
beat the
gonna end ahead
Kings.
of them.
Kings are garbage. They beat San Jose. San Jose is garbage. And yeah, look, well now they're beating Vancouver. Vancouver is a surprisingly good team this year, but again, anyway. But we'll see. Like, I think
quick off topic for a second. Did anyone hear what Vancouver's coach said? What he would do to get a win?
Suck. What?
No, that wasn't Vancouver's coach. It was the San
No,
Jose
I'm sorry,
coach.
San Jose's coach. San Jose's coach. That's what I meant because you brought up the Sharks in one of the games that they won.
Yeah.
But and you said Vancouver, my mind went to that. But the Sharks coach, what he would do to get a win?
I'd trade one of my kids for a win.
Oh my God, bro. Don't let your wife hear that, or you're gonna get some divorce slips real quick.
Yeah.
No.
Father of the year.
Oh yeah, real father of the year candidate. I mean, he's gonna get a big pile of shit for a Father's Day gift.
Also, I didn't know Trump was the coach.
Jeez. Speaking of pile of shits, Calgary's the worst team in hockey right now. That team.
We're off to Calgary. Off
The
to
Calgary Flames are doing this year what I thought they do last year.
Yeah.
They are just putrid. They cannot score goals. In 7 games, they have 12 goals scored. That is an average of less than 2 a game. And I said it once. I said it when it happened at the time. I'll say it again. Danny fleeced Conroy in that Frost and Farabee trade. That was an absolute fleece because those two aren't doing anything there either. Again. Let me pull up some numbers from the Calgary Flames players because right now they've been a mess top to bottom, and even Dustin Wolf analytically has been one of the
not just analytically. He's got one win in 6 games. I dropped him today in fantasy.
They have no one who has scored 3 goals yet. We are 7 games into the year. No one on that team has scored 3 goals yet.
Yeah.
No one on that, only one player on that team has gotten at least 4 points. That's not some cocky. One person is 3. Everyone else on that team has 2 points or less.
And after how many games? 6, 7?
They played 7 games.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's very bad. Pareka, who I was very high on coming into the year, who is known for his offensive flair as a defenseman, no points. None so far.
But he's a rookie. Isn't Pareka a rookie?
Yeah.
He is, but he was one of the guys that people
Okay, but don't, he's a rookie. Everybody else is fucking playing shitty. You're going to put that on Pareka.
No, I'm talking about his offensive flair. I'm not talking about his defensive game. Because
No, I'm saying so his offense isn't there. He's a rookie at the beginning of his career.
I know, but that's not stopping Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, but everybody's
but different player.
No,
Everybody's different.
I know it's different players, but Parade doesn't even have a point yet.
I've seen plenty of good players not have a point in their first 10 games or more.
But I'm just saying he was known in juniors as a offensive defense.
Yeah,
that was his game.
Yeah,
he was a point producing machine there.
100 point.
The NHL is a different beast, man.
Of course.
You cannot. Honestly, I was shocked. Honestly, shocked that he made the team. Because look, at the end of the day, yeah, Zane Parekh was highly touted as an offensive defenseman, but it's not like he was a number 1 overall pick. Like he was, he was. I think
he went 3 or 4.
He was in the top 10. 9. I think he was 9.
That's what a lot of people were putting him in redrafts was 3 or 4.
Oh, but he was actually
redraft after like 2 years before you
don't do a redraft.
Trajectory, obviously not through NHL. You can't do it then, but I'm just saying based off of their trajectory from where they were.
Anyway, my point is a defenseman like him that's a pure offensive defenseman that and that was a knock on him was like, what's he going to be in the NHL? Because can his game translate into the NHL? Mm-hmm. That's why a guy like him, I was so surprised he made the team at 19 years old, but it just goes to show like the lack of talent right now on Calgary. And I'm just surprised that they rushed him into the league at this young of age. And we'll see. Like, look, at the end of the day, he could always be sent back to juniors. So like him too.
Got the 9-game tryout, right?
Exactly. Like he could play like 9 games and they say, hey, look, you're not ready. And at the same time,
his team stinks.
Exactly. And the best thing for Calgary, I'm sorry, but Tank for McKenna, or at least
they're my McKenna winner pick right now.
Yeah. So you know what? Like you said also, last year I predicted the same thing. I predicted that Calgary would be the worst team in hockey last year. I'll go get the receipts. I was on Twitter. I thought they were gonna stink last year. Somehow they overachieved. Wolf had a crazy season.
They were carried by Dustin Wolf. He played
I picked
so many
him
holes on that team, and now that he's sucking, they're sucking.
And that's what happens when
although that doesn't explain the offense.
No, but even last year they couldn't score last year.
Much last year either. I think they were bottom in the league in goal scoring.
No, that's true. So there you go.
So that's why. But now like they're letting in more. So well, look at that. So no, like they're gonna trade Rasmus Anderson. They're gonna trade a couple more guys.
He needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it during the offseason. I was shocked that he came back. Shocked.
Well,
but
that's why
Farabee and Frost, the two main big pieces of that trade with us. Frost is a goal and assist. Farabee is 2 assists. Not good.
But they have nobody on that team that scares you offensively anyway. Like who's carrying that offense? Like Nazem Kadri at 35 years old? He's always been more of a 2C his whole career.
It's just funny to look back that they paid Jonathan Huberdeau that much money.
That was such a bad contract to give.
That's still, I think, value-wise, arguably the worst contract in hockey. So bad. He's getting over $11 million a year to be a 50-ish point guy.
And was it a surprise that the guy that gave that contract went to Toronto?
It's hilarious. It is hilarious. I know, Rick, you love that.
Can we sidetrack for a sec with Toronto?
Sure, I'll give you a quick Toronto minute. Go ahead, Rick.
Did you see Stolarz calling out the teammates for not being intense enough? Basically saying you don't have a heart. The forward.
I didn't hear that.
The forwards. Yep, calling them out.
As he should.
Look that up.
Yep.
As he should.
Time somebody did.
They're soft. They're soft.
And as we speak tonight, Toronto is losing again, 4-2.
Yep.
They're losing to the Devils.
Yep.
And you know what? Like I was listening to something today, and they were talking about like all the additions they made to get tougher and everything. And I started thinking, I'm like, but you know what? Like all these additions they made were all bottom 6 additions.
Yeah.
Who in your top 6 do you have that's really like has that grit? Other than maybe Matthew Nyes, maybe.
Right.
Other than that,
none of them.
None of them. None of them.
That's
So
what he
like
called out, but that's what he was calling that out on them.
exactly. That's
Get in
why I
front of
started
the
thinking
fucking
about
net, basically. He said, get in front of the net. You want to score goals?
I'm going to give you another little tidbit right now.
Anyways,
Chris
listen.
Tanev got injured tonight, too.
Who?
it. Oof.
Chris
Tanev?
Tanev.
Oh, they're going to be there.
That's going to hurt their blue line. That's
Oh, yeah.
already been a little
Tell
rough.
you,
Yeah, I'm
it's
telling you,
looking
I
more
would
and
be
more like my
surprised they
prediction's
fall
going to be
out.
right. Toronto's not making the playoffs.
Oh, my
I
I'm
don't
God.
think
it
that,
would be
but
chaos.
Toronto's not making the playoffs.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
they said
think
that,
that
but
they
they're drop
still
off.
make-
They're
I
gonna
still think
just
they
make
make it, but I don't think they're going to be any real threat again.
going to just make it. Fourth
I
place.
think there's still too much talent in their top six.
They're going to finish fifth in the Atlantic, but 4 teams are making
You
out of
could
the
have
Metro.
lots of talent in your top 6, but they don't have heart. Talent
No,
is something, but you got to have
You
some
need
drive
heart
and some
to
heart.
make the playoffs. You need heart to go further in the playoffs.
You need some heart to also make the playoffs sometimes. I mean, if you're a stacked lineup, okay, but they're not
You
anymore.
need heart to make the playoffs when you do not have talent or have lack thereof talent. When you have as much talent as you do,
Well, they don't have what they did. They lost, and they lost an important guy. Marner was maybe their most important guy because he played everywhere. He played power play, PK, and he was their number one scorer. Like, you lost the main guy. What a stupid thing to do.
Well,
Rick always going to get that Toronto jab in.
Love jab in Toronto.
No, but like I said in the offseason, again, you lost Marner. That's one thing. Okay, fine, we lost Marner. My whole thing was he was not replaced adequately. You want to add size and toughness, whatever. Don't add it to your fourth line. Like, who cares about the fourth line? Yeah. Like, you could find these guys anywhere, but like, fill the holes that you need. Like, find what you're lacking in those first two lines and get some size up there, get some physicality, but that could play first or second line minutes. And I understand those guys don't come easy. But like, you know what? Like, I don't, maybe it's stupid, but like Evander Kane was basically given to free for Vancouver. Wouldn't Evander Kane be would have been at least a decent fit in Toronto?
You were smart. But to tie it all back to Calgary, that's the GM.
Yeah, but Rick, it's been going on for the past 2 GMs.
I know, but but the point is, all they did was go out and get another incompetent GM along the lines of all the other ones. And they're not. How are you going to go anywhere? We should have had Toronto in here instead of one of the other.
I'm telling you, like all off season, when everybody was praising Toronto, oh, it's okay, they lost Marner, but look, we brought in Dakota Joshua and we brought Nicholas Roy, and we're going to be so much harder to play against. Man, they're getting outshot. They're getting getting beaten up. Like, this team has no identity right now.
Kind of like they went from a team that can get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now they become a team that can't get to the playoffs. But it would be better in the playoffs if they got there. It's weird.
Nothing they did. That's why I couldn't. That's why for me, this offseason, I was going nuts because I'm like, why is everybody so positive on the Leafs? Why?
I don't know.
I just didn't get it.
I think that the Leafs fans are always the Leaf fans are always delusionally positive.
Yeah, they're always going to buy in.
They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NFL.
Yeah, they're always going to buy in every year.
They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL.
But it wasn't only the fans, and that's what was bothering me. All these analysts, and not only the ones from Toronto, other ones too, calling Toronto to win the division. Like, what are you guys smoking? Like, seriously.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like a mass delusion.
I think in Toronto's perspective, they were thinking Nines was going to eventually step up to be that fourth guy in their new core four.
And he might eventually, but he may eventually, but I mean, he's still young.
Yeah.
He's still young. He's not going to replace Marner. If they ever thought he was going to replace Marner that quickly, that's crazy.
Oh, no. There's no way.
That was crazy. But anyways, it's always good to bash on the Leafs. Always good.
Did you guys catch that Carolina and Vegas game at all last night?
No, I missed that. No.
2 superpowers right there. Vegas ended up winning and gave Carolina that first loss of the year. Regulation loss of the year, I should say. That's a first overall loss.
First loss.
Should be their second overall loss, but I won't get too deep into that.
No, but they were 5-0-0.
They should have been 4-0-1, but
yeah. They should have been 4.
Oh, you guys, yeah. But I mean, you
It's
guys
still
are a
pissed
shitty
about that
team.
goal
So.
interference call.
Goal
But,
Okay, but you got, it's a shitty team. That's a good team. What did you expect?
hey, we're in a playoff spot right now.
Don't call Montreal a shitty team. Don't
I
do
never
that this
called
year.
Montreal a shitty team.
Just telling, I'm warning you in advance. Okay,
You
what were
guys
saying?
are a mid team.
Now, yeah, we're top of the league right now.
Oh boy! But the thing, those are the two teams. So, two teams that we expect to be good: Carolina and Vegas, and they're being good as usual. Let's start with Vegas. Jack Eichel. If you ask me today, is
Ooh.
pick.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Jack Eichel has been on a tear. TEAR tear. He has been by far, in my opinion, the best player in hockey this season. He's already got 16 points in what, 6 games? 7 games? He's
just
Vegas
been
played
lucky.
7, yeah.
He's been
7
lucky.
games.
He's lucky. That's all.
no.
He's
Jack
lucky.
Eichel's one of the best centers in the game. He's an
Yeah.
arguable top 5 center. Let's be fair here. He's real damn good. But 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. I'm going to say this, Vegas. Wait, they already extended Eichel, right?
Yeah, they did.
What was his extension? 13 mil?
13 and a half, I think.
Yeah, I think 13 and a half.
That might end up turning into a bargain with the way he's playing, to be honest with you. He has been fantastic. He's only 28 still, too. He's just in his prime. So I'm going to say this. I think Eichel at this rate, I don't think he's going to slow down too much. I could see him pushing 130 points this year. He has just found another gear. Now, mind you, Mark Stone just got hurt.
Yeah, that sucks.
We'll see how that impacts him, but
Mark
he just
Stone
feels
got
like
hurt.
he's on another level. So
Surprise.
On the year where they closed the loophole. Oh my God. What is he doing getting hurt this year?
How could he? You have Mark Stone. Wait a minute.
How dare he?
You can't take that full LTIR if you want to come back.
That's
you can
right.
only take 3.8 mil, but
That's
Vegas will
right.
use some black magic bullshit to fix him. The team makes black magic. I don't care what anyone says. It's crazy. But now this Vegas team, though, right now, when I look at them, this is a team that I think that it's cup or bust for them. And they just have so much talent top to bottom. They have the top 2-point getters in the league right now with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. They've both been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Eric, what do you think on Vegas so far? Is that your cup pick at the moment?
Yeah, close to it. If not, yeah. I think they're look. Just the addition of Mitch Marner made them. They're already a top team. Plus, you add Mitch Marner to that forward.
He hasn't missed a
forward
beat
group.
there. He's got 10 points.
Like they got a little weaker on defense, like losing Petrangelo and everything. But I've always been one of the, they still have a solid defense. Like with the guys they have with with McNabb, and they have Hannafin and Chytil. I love Chytil. I think he's a really underrated
Theodore is one of
defenseman.
the most underrated defensemen in hockey. He doesn't get enough.
100%. And look, I've always been one of those guys that I've always said I don't think you need a stud on the blue line. If you can run three really good solid pairs, I think you could win a cup that way. So we'll see. And look, the offense they have, if they can shore up their goaltending, controversy aside, let's see what happens there. But no, I think honestly, right now, yeah, I think if I have to pick my favorite for a cup winner, no, Vegas is my favorite for the cup right now.
My pick at the beginning of the year was Colorado, and I still feel solid about the pick. But this Vegas team just looks like a well-oiled machine right now, and they got their own Russian monster and friggin' Pavel Dorofeyev. Did I say that right? Dorofeyev. I did not watch that one. Nice, but he just looks like a top to bottom monster so far. He's been an absolute legit playmaker. He just looks real good. He's coming off of a 35 goal season. he just looks. I'm not playmaker. I'm sorry, goal
No,
scorer.
yeah, he's a sniper.
Yeah, I had a brain fart right there. You got him mixed up with Mitch Marner's numbers. I was looking at Marner's right over his. But yeah, he's been an absolute legit goal scorer. He's already got 7 goals this season. He's probably on pace to potentially even beat that 35 goal threshold last year. He's only 24 too. What a find in the 3rd round they got for this kid.
Where does Vegas find these guys? Jesus.
Is it that team cost black magic? I already said it.
They trade all their picks, they trade all their prospects, and then this guy just shows up out of nowhere.
Hey, he's their version of Braden Point. He's their version of Braden Point.
I don't get it.
Crazy. And then you look at Carolina. Oh, and Vegas also, just quick note on them. They also added this new goalie, too. I don't know if you heard about that. I don't know if we should say too much.
Yeah, and that's why Vegas is not winning the cup.
That's why a lot of people are going to be
that
rooting
piece
against
of
them
shit.
for sure. When that individual takes the ice for the first time, he's the only guy out of the 5 that got an NHL contract. So
yeah,
we'll
the fans
see.
are petitioning to have them not sign him.
Yeah, because technically he's on a PTO right now. He's not on
He is
an
on personal tryout. That is
and
true.
he's not eligible to play till the 1st of the year.
December 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, not the first.
December
He's got
1st.
another 40 days. But yeah, what do you think about the Hurricanes so far, Eric?
I'm not surprised by the Hurricanes because I picked them to be like first in the division anyway, and they're a good team, man. Like, what can I say? Year after year, they're just a really good team. When it comes to the Hurricanes, it's basically what can you do in the playoffs. That's what it comes down to. Like, look, I like the Ehlers addition. He wasn't really that true superstar that they needed, but he adds a little extra. Now he's struggling a bit to start the season. Yeah, but he's not like Mikko Rantanen. He's not like
no, of course not.
But he could still be he's still a solid addition to that team. And like, look, they just like shuffle out guys, they shuffle in guys, and it just like nothing changes. So like, no, they're a solid team. Again, I'm not surprised by what they're doing, and I expect them to come out of the East this year. Honestly, I think this is the year where they might actually, because looking at what everything else is happening, and like, look, injuries happen, things can change. But right now, like, would you be shocked if it's Carolina and Vegas in the finals? I wouldn't.
Can we say this too about Carolina? Why the heck did they? I mean, what's the best way I can put this? Shane Gostisbehere should be locked up at this point by a team long term. How does he keep going from team to team when he continues to produce offensively?
Character, probably.
He's got 7 points already this year. He has been the most underappreciated offensive defenseman. I know he can't play much defense, but he has been the most underappreciated offensive defenseman in the NHL for the longest time. And I just don't understand why he doesn't get the love that he deserves. He has been blackballed ever since AV was in Philly and forced to trade with him. And he's been going from team to team. Why can't this guy have a long-term home somewhere? He deserves it. He is a legit good offensive defenseman.
Character?
Well, he's been with Carolina for a couple of years now.
This is only his 2nd year back because he did have a stint. Then he went to Detroit. Then he came back again.
And then came back, yeah.
But he went here, Arizona, Carolina, Detroit, and now back to Carolina again. And Carolina just keep this guy long term because he deserves to have a long term place in the NHL because he should not be hopping around from team to team at this stage of his career.
Well, but if you look at it though, like, because if I'm not mistaken, when he was with Arizona, that was still under the original Flyers contract.
Yeah,
which bled into the Carolina year because that's when he got traded from Arizona, and then that's it. He had that 1 year in Detroit. That's the one that like boggled my mind. And you remember like the whole Iser scam. Like, why the fuck did you not re-sign this guy? It made no fucking sense.
Yeah, made too much sense to not re-sign him. I mean, to re-sign him. But Yzerman is galaxy braining everything and thinks he knows more than everyone else. Did not get that at all. But with Carolina, the usual suspects are doing their thing. Jarvis is 9 points. Aho continues to be their 1C. He's been great. Alexander Niskanen looks like a legit top 4 defenseman long term for them. Probably a top pairing defenseman.
Nikishin.
DeAndre Miller looks like he's fit in there like a glove. Their goaltending, Freddie Anderson's been in. Look at Brandon Bussey. Yeah, Bruins. You may have let go of a goalie a little too quick. He's looked decent so far in Carolina. He's looked real decent, I got to say. And Slavin is still the best defensive defenseman in hockey. I don't care what anyone says. That guy is the definition of a lockdown defenseman. So good in his own end. So, Carolina, I picked Colorado over Carolina as my cup pick. I'm sticking with that. I agree with you. I think this is the year they might finally come out of the East. That team, top to bottom, they don't have many holes. They don't.
No. Well, look, I think they still kind of need to address the 2C hole.
That is the one hole that is still semi-questionable with them. I mean, Stan Coven could be their long-term fit. He's currently running the 2C spot now, but we'll see. I think he's a much better situation than they had in prior years.
Yeah.
Jamey, who's there on their 4th line right now. Let that sit in.
But look, this is a team where I could see like Malkin would be like a perfect
that
fit.
would make sense.
Like Malkin, like last hurrah. Well, it's not like he's gonna retire or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you leave Pittsburgh, go to a contender. But there's also the Florida rumors out there too. So
that's what I said from the get-go. Florida makes a lot of sense, especially if they put Barkov on season and LTIR. Makes a lot of sense to grab him. But
so, well, we'll see. But yeah, no, they definitely that's one thing though. They definitely need to adjust at least get us another center in there, and we'll see where the goaltending takes them because like whatever, like Freddie Anderson, really good goalie when healthy.
Can't stay healthy either.
That's another thing. Can't stay healthy. So we'll see.
All right. How about let me let you lead into this one, Eric. What's good with your audit with Senators right now?
I don't know, man. Like I'm trying to figure it out.
Brady Tkachuk is out.
Yeah,
well, that just happened though. They were struggling before that injury happened.
What do you mean that just happened? That's got to be over a week and a half.
Yeah, he's missed like a couple games now, but like that's about it.
Oh,
I don't know. They just see.
I think he only missed 2 games.
Yeah, I think so. He hasn't missed more than that.
How many has he played?
But yeah, Olmark's been bad so far. Olmark has been bad from what I've heard. He's been letting in quite a few softies. His save percent, both of their goalies actually have been bad. They have a combined save percentage through 6 games of .829 and a goal against average of 4.52. Now, obviously, that level of bad isn't sustainable. At least I hope. Yeah. And they won't be that bad forever.
No.
But they're just their goaltending has been abysmal. And it's a shame because Shane Pinto's finally breaking out, which is something we've been calling for years. He's
7 goals, Shane Pinto. Where is he? Oh yeah, Tkachuk has only played 3 out of 6 games.
Okay, so he's missed 3 games. I thought he missed 2.
Yeah, he's missed 3. So look, that hurts right there. Like you lose your captain, you lose your top line winger. That hurts. But no, I think the biggest issue with Ottawa right now is that's it. They're bleeding. They're bleeding goals. They're like goals. I'm looking right now. Their stats. Goals for per game. They're at 3.17, which is really good. Goals against 5. They are bleeding goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they gotta clean that up because look, offensively, they're not bad. Look, Pinto's there with 8 points, 7 goals. Dylan Cousins, whatever, like 5 points. Jake Sanderson, 5 points. Stützle should be a little higher, only with 4. But Jordan Spence, my boy Jordan Spence, who LA just got rid of 4 games, 4 points. So, LA, you fucked up.
Yeah.
G4,
That scoring, that's not their issue. That's not their
but
issue
that's
at
it.
all.
They have some balanced scoring. It's they gotta keep the puck out of the net. And like, look, Allmark. I remember even last year, Allmark started off the year really slow, and I'm surprised because Maryland only played 1 game, so really sucks. But like, so hopefully he could turn it around because last year he had actually a pretty decent stint when he got called up.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we'll see. We'll see how it continues over the year. But like, yeah, if they can't clean that up, then we got some issues here in Ottawa.
Rick, from a Montreal fan's perspective, what do you think of Ottawa so far?
I hate them.
That was nice, short, and to the point. I got 3 words.
Very happy where they are.
Say.
They're not a disappointment for me. I'm very happy where they are.
Yeah. And also, quickly, one last point. Just do not stop letting the goals go in until like after Thursday. After Thursday.
Yeah, have at least one more bad.
Start like
that's when they're turning their season around against you guys.
You could turn your season around after Thursday.
Yeah, do it after Thursday because you're getting a visit from a certain team in the orange and black who is coming off their best game of the year, and I would like to see them do that again to Ottawa. And one other thing, Ottawa, if you still suck at the deadline, do the world a favor and trade Giroux to a contender, please and thank you. But how about we have one last team we talk about? Yeah, our favorite GM, Chris Drury, and the New York Rangers.
Called it.
This guy stinks.
Yeah, that guy does stink quite a bit. And the Rangers, let me go over their 4 home games so far. Shutout, lost 3-1. They had scored 1 goal at home in 4 games this year.
But it's the totally opposite on the road.
Yes, and unlike Ottawa, they're getting superb goaltending.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I know. We just played them.
Has been sensational.
And so is Quick. It just a couple of games, but still, it's been fantastic.
But the exact opposite can be said that the Rangers can't score at home.
At home,
That's what that one is, I think, pretty cut and dry. They can't score goals at home. And it shows in their point breakdowns. But Aaron and
one
Fox,
goal at home, 15 on the road. I think.
Yeah, that one's pretty cut and dry what their big issue is. Their goaltending combined has been great. Shesterkin, 2-3-1 with a 1.17 goals against average. Let's read that again. 2-3-1 with a 1.17 goals against average.
Yep.
What's wrong with this picture? Anyone?
Right.
Look,
obvious.
I said it again. I said it during before the season started. I did not like the Rangers' depth on offense and on defense. They don't. Other than you take away that first line, it gets very thin right after that. I really thought like last year was going to be Alexis Lafreniere's breakout season. Didn't end up being that. And look, he's off to a slow start again this year. I think it's 2 points in 8 games. So I don't know. Like, honestly, like, look, I think that they got out of their rebuild, their quote unquote rebuild that they did a few years back there. I think they came out of it way too quick.
And they're like their cup window.
They didn't do it properly. Because after 1 year, Panarin wants to sign. We got fucked. Okay, we're good to go. Let's go. But
they fired Gordon too quickly.
Yeah,
and for nothing. Because look what he's doing here, right?
Exactly.
This is probably the point where the Rangers thought, we're out of the rebuild. But Montreal's not thinking that exactly.
Now they're going to start fading back into it.
But they fired Gordon over that stupid letter thing that wasn't even his fault. on what a
Mhm.
mistake they made.
I'm going to give you a low-key issue that I have with the Rangers that I don't think's been talked about enough. Why did they give JT Miller the C when he had nothing but an absolute cesspool in Vancouver with him and Elias Pettersson? That trickles down to the locker room in terms of leadership and looking to a teammate. The team probably thought about this and is like,
Yeah, but Trouba was
giving
their
it to this
captain
guy
before.
after the crap that happened over in the western part of the country, out in Vancouver, I shouldn't say western part of the country, two different countries, but out in Vancouver, after that shit and how he forced his way out, does that sound like a leader to you? Not to me. I feel like that's something that
Could have something
I
to do with
think
it.
this was already a fractured team last year from the nonsense that
Mhm.
Chris Drury pulled. And I think making JT Miller the captain is just going to have that much more of a ripple effect on this team's morale just as a collective whole. I didn't like that at all. What
No.
about you guys? Do you think
Look,
like that?
I'm just gonna say this right now. Connor Sheary is on their second line. That's all I have to say.
Ew!
Connor Sheary is on
Isn't he
their
like
second line.
112?
Huh?
Isn't he like 112?
He's actually only 33 years old, which is actually surprising.
112
He's
is
been
his
in the
career
league
points. I think 112 is his career points.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
But
He's really only
they have
33.
no depth. They have nothing.
You know, it's
It-
crazy. I just looked up his age. He's actually younger than me. Shit, does that make me 113? Oh, crap.
I like everything that the Rangers have done the last couple of years has just been like, why? It's like, why are you doing this? This doesn't make sense.
They can't get out of their own way. They just can't get out of their own way, plain and simple.
I don't know. Anyway, at the end of the day, you know what? As a Fly-
Any final thoughts before we wrap things up here?
You talked over Eric.
Oh, Eric?
what happened?
He talked over you, whatever you said at the end.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he said anything. He was just
He
like
did.
sighing.
He did. I saw his lips moving.
No, I said basically. What I said was basically was that as a Flyers fan, this actually makes me happy. So
Oh, it was okay. That was very informative. So that's a good point. I should have let him say that. Very informative card. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for this episode of the Pucking Around podcast, our 87th installment. As always, don't forget to hit that like button, comment about what you think about this episode. If you have any topics you'd like for us to go over in the future, what you heard tonight, maybe some teams that you think that have done good or done bad. Give us some suggestions for future episodes as a collective whole. And as always, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Take a look at some of our sister pods on the channel. Flyer Gonna Flyer and Hibernation just released new episodes today, or when this will be released 2 days ago. Check them out. But thank you all for tuning in for another awesome episode of the Pucking Around podcast. We look forward to seeing you next week. But as always, take care and have a good night.
Ciao, everybody. Have a good night.
ciao.
Or day, depending when you're watching this.
Exactly.
Promise that you'll catch me.